Hello, I'm John McNamara, one of the senior inventors over in IBM Hersley, and I'm here today with an IBM integration guru, Matt Lucas. Hello, buddy. How are you?
Hey, John. I'm doing very well, and thank you for inviting me to your developer cave here.
Do you like it?
It's very chic. It's very cool.
Derelict. I like
Derelict is okay. Very good. Yeah.
Got that nice vandalized look about it.
Vandalized. Yes. Yes. Very good. Very good.
Awesome. So, do you want to tell the world who you are and what you do at IBM?
Yeah, sure. So I work here in Hersley. So I work in the product management team for connectivity and integration. And crucially, for the purposes of this particular session, I'm one of the track leads for the Interconnect conference that we are running in Las Vegas later on this month.
So tell me, what is Interconnect?
Okay, Interconnect then. Interconnect, it's an amalgamation of 3 conferences that we've had in the past. So it's the Impact Conference, it's the Pulse Conference, and it's the Innovate Conference. So we've merged those together this year into one big Uber conference.
Nice work.
And we're going to run it in Las Vegas, and it's going to be at the MGM Grand and Mandalay Day. Yeah. And they'll be running between the 22nd and the 26th of this month. So just a few weeks away, a few short weeks. Yeah.
So, buddy, okay, what can you tell us about your track?
My track, okay. So the track that I am responsible for, it's called the Enterprise and Cloud Integration track. So it's going to cover anything to do with systems integration as it relates to the enterprise. Yeah. So all integration of systems of record, that kind of thing, but also everything to do with the cloud integration as well. So, so if we look at that, we'll cover, for example, on the enterprise front, we'll be covering things like IBM Integration Bus and all the new things that are happening there. We'll also be covering on the cloud side. The cloud is just huge, right? So we'll be covering software as a service, infrastructure as a service, platform as a service. So anything related to cast iron, we'll be covering that inside the track. We'll be covering the integration services that we've got shown on our Bluemix platform, and so on. So it should be a very good track.
So without playing favourites, Matt, do you have any highlights for us?
I do have highlights. If I actually were to look at the different sessions that we're going to cover in there, so we're trying to cover, I've tried to put together a curriculum that covers the whole range of different session types, different types of users that come along to our conferences. So so we've got the introductory material that will cover, if you're new to systems integration, or if you're new to IBM's implementation of systems integration. So we'll cover all of that. We'll cover all the best practices as well. So if you're an existing user of our products, or you work on the business side, we'll cover those. We'll also have a lot of deep dive material as well. So if you want to find out specific details on a particular advanced topic, we'll have that as well. As well as many other things. So we'll cover the all range of different session types. So we'll have the breakout sessions, we'll have the labs, we'll have the expo center where you can gather all manner of free tap that you could ever want. That's good.
If you can bring some for me, that'd be fantastic.
Are you not going this year?
I unfortunately forced to go on holiday with my family, my other non-IBM family.
Not your Vegas family, no.
Shh, you don't mention those.
What happens in Vegas and all that?
Stays in Vegas.
Stays and YouTube. So I did actually send you a thing earlier. Can you put that on, and I can take you through some of the highlights that we've got coming up on the conference day. If you just flip to that. So just while you do that, what I've done is I've put together a couple of charts that show, for my track in particular, some of those key highlights. So I put 2 charts, one related to enterprise integration. This page up there, and I'll cover that. There we go. So these are the IBM Integration Bus session highlights. This isn't everything. So this is just some key sessions. I've tried not to play too many favorites here, but hopefully it should give you a feel for what's going on. We have here on the Monday, I've tried to cover all the introductory type material. So you can see that the key thing here is we've got the What's New session. That's a great session to help you plan your week, because we'll cover some brief highlights there. The introductory side, so if you're on the business side, we'll do introductory material about the business value of Integration Bus, and also the technical side as well, all on the same day. Onto the Tuesday will be our first set of deep dives, and so you see how IBM Integration Bus works with related technologies such as IRB in the cloud, IRB in cast iron, and so on. And also this is where a lot of the best practices information will be covered. So this was where we'll cover best practices for administration, best practices for application development, best practices for performance. That will be there. On the Wednesday, some more advanced topics, so related to specific features of IRB, and that's where we'll cover some of the most requested features, such as applications and libraries and everything that's new there. One thing that I'm not saying, there's this year more than any year, we've got a huge amount of customer testimonial content as well. Yeah. So it's great us giving you the theory, but if you want to know how it all works in practice, then you can come along to this and to those customer sessions and find out how people actually use the product. Lots of opportunities, and you can probably see it on here as well, lots of opportunities for giving feedback as well. We've got a set of what we call customer feedback roundtables, where you can come along, you feedback to the product management and development teams about what you like in the product, what you'd like to see improved, and so on. What else have we got to cover there? Meet the experts, those sorts of things. At the same time, there'll be loads of time for one-on-one sessions. If you want to set those up, then that's fine. We've got a great, strong team going there from IRB. Moving on then to, if you page down, we go on to the cloud side. Cloud, obviously, hugely important. A lot of clients asking for cloud-based content as well. So we've devoted a whole section of the conference to cloud this time around. This is where we cover things like cast iron, where we cover cloud integration on Bluemix, and lots of related materials there. And in a similar way, I've tried to include content every single session. Once more, customer testimonial content as well, with people who are implementing IBM in the cloud.
Tip-top.
Yeah, whether it's on SoftLayer or Bluemix or whatever. Again, Monday has got the introductory content, so all the latest updates and things like cast iron and what we're doing in cloud integration. Tuesday, how we interact with other particular products and technologies and solutions. Wednesday, some more deep dive material, and so on and so on. And just like on the enterprise side of the house, we'll also be covering roundtable content as well. So again, you can feedback, tell us what you want, set up the one-on-ones all throughout the week, and you'll have a good time.
That is phenomenal. Okay, so I'm sold. Down for this.
Well, you're not sold because you're clearly you prefer to spend time with your family.
Well, I'm going to Doncaster after all. So
right.
Yeah, steady.
That'll be Interconnect 2016. That's not an IBM commitment, by the way.
Official bit.
Okay.
So, if I want to set my agenda, my itinerary, where do we get handled out, Matt?
Okay. So, have you got a web browser up there? We could probably.
Yes.
You haven't got anything that we shouldn't see.
Well,
on
let's
that,
find out, shall we? Yes.
Okay, good. Oh, well, there you go.
Here we are.
How convenient. That's it. So if you want to find out more information, the first thing you're going to do is use Google or whatever search provider you happen to want, happen to use. This will take you to you search for Interconnect, and that will take you to the IBM Interconnect website. So you can see it. There we go. We've got Aerosmith joining us on the Wednesday. Probably not covering any integration bus content, but
Really?
they I'm sure they do request.
They will cost iron.
They will cost iron, absolutely. So what we have here, this is the IBM Interconnect website. You see the tabs at the top that give you an overview for what's going on. Actually, if you scroll down on that page, you will see, keep scrolling down. You'll see these are the 8 core streams that we've got at the conference. So that the one that we're interested in from an integration standpoint is the application infrastructure and integration track. So that will cover MQ messaging. It will cover all of our integration content, as you'd expect. It will cover WAS. We've also got sections of the conference on security, on mobile, and on cloud business applications, on BPM, all that stuff there. We're going to have 1,500 sessions of this thing, so there's a lot of content. So now if you scroll back up to the top, and if you say you wanted to find out more information, there's a button on there that you can press called Preview Sessions.
Oh, I see it.
So if you want to, give that a click.
Right.
Oh, hang on, you've already loaded it. Okay, excellent. Oh, well done. And now if you've registered for the conference, that page will be slightly different. It will allow you to configure your personal agenda that will stay with you throughout the week, so we can give you recommendations, all that kind of thing. Now, if you've not registered for the conference, you're just interested to find out whether or not there is something of use to you at the conference. Then you can use this just to have a sort of play around and see what we're offering. So in this thing here, you can see on the website, you can see all the different session types are listed. You scroll down a bit. We've seen enough of Aerosmith here. Okay, here you go. Yeah. And there's a search box there. So if you type in, I don't know, integration, that's the thing that we like here. In this particular room, integration. Typing while the world's watching, and then click on search. And what this will do now is it'll go off to our conference tool, our website, and it will pull back all the sessions that have got integration in the title for us. And hopefully that comes back. There you go. What have we got? Oh, skipped on the page. Continue that. Yeah, I would if I were you. And you can see we've got, was it 324 sessions there? Okay. So you click on one of those, you can find out more details on them, and you can find out the different speakers associated with them all. You find out what we're talking about at this conference. Now, crucially, I see the arrow on the top left-hand corner of each session. That can add it to your own agenda. And as I say, if you've registered for the conference, this will add it to your personal agenda. And if not, then it will just allow you to build a sample agenda. And what that will do is it'll add it to the tab on the top there when it responds that says My Sessions. Oh, nice work. And and then what you can do when you go from My Sessions is it will give you a link to go and email you the sessions that you've got selected, and or you can go and save them off and for viewing at your leisure. Sweet. Yeah. So hopefully that should be. There's a really good website. It should give you a good flavour for what's going on and help you with your business justifications or whatever you need, whatever you need to come. Very good, buddy. Shall I flip back to ourselves and then go? Yeah, go on. The world's been without us for too long. Oh, don't worry. There you go. Are we live again? Okay, that's perfect. Yeah, you can very good. Flip back to your desk now. And I suppose. Any more questions, or should we flip to the Q&A? Well, let's go to the Q&A on Twitter. So what do we have? Let's see. We've got a few things here. Okay, do you want to get going? Yes, indeed. Yes. So, Matt, why is it in Vegas? Vegas. Matt. Okay, so you're picking the easy questions to start with. Okay. So Vegas, we've been holding the Impact Conference in Vegas for a few years now, and I've been doing Impact since it started. The thing about Vegas, it's a pretty divisive location. Right. Now, the reality is that when you get 20,000 attendees coming to a particular location, your choice of venues is going to be somewhat limited, and this time we've had to split it out into two locations: the MGM Grand and the Mandalay Bay. And providing that business justification, hey, I want a week in Vegas. Even talking back home, right? You get no sympathy for a week in Vegas. No. You're going to have a whale of a time. And obviously, we've got good acts turning up in Vegas. We've got Aerosmith and so on. But it is, in reality, it's quite a busy week, right? And you do have a lot of things going on. Say 1,500 sessions covering all manner of different topics. You get a week's worth of technical education there. You get a chance to meet the developers. You get a chance to get all of your questions answered. You get a year's worth of education in a week there. It's a very busy week. Stuff going on from morning till evening. It should be very, very worthwhile. And the fact it's held in Vegas, that should be by and by, really. It should. Well, it's a great place to go to, isn't it, really? Oh, yeah. I always like Vegas. I always love Vegas. It's right at the Doncaster for me. All right, so next question. Yeah. Okay, we're going to keep it now. Will we have... Put down the microphone. I'll just move this question on the side. Yep, there we go. Okay, so will there be any announcements around IIB version 10, Matt? Again, another great question. That's perfect. Announcement for V10. So I'm sure you'd love me to pre-announce something now. I could do that for you, but unfortunately I can't. It's above my pay grade. Will there be announcements? Of course, there's going to be announcements every single time at one of these things, right? So not just IIB, there'll be a lot of announcements, I am sure. For IIB specifically, we've been running the IIB Open Beta. Actually, since last January, we've had that running, and it's a part of our core development process now, and in the now development team. So that's been running. So we've been showing what we've been working on in the lab through the Open Beta, and so there'll be a lot of content there related to what we've been working on, and I'm sure for all manner of different products there'll be a lot of good announcements as well. Hopefully that's not invaded the question too much, but you know,
that's phenomenal.
we'll expect to see a lot of good stuff there.
Okay, so next question, Matt. Okay, yeah, okay, so what are we doing for the developer community in Interconnect? Matt, what are you doing for developer community?
Developers, yes, developers. Now, you know, it's always the way that, you know, often when you get you do the business justifications for going for a conference like this, you know, who's going to be the first to grab them? Well, it's going to be people in the C-suite, isn't it? And obviously there's a lot of content there for all of those folks as well. But particularly this time around, we've got a lot of content really specifically targeted at the developer community. So whether that's people who are integration focused, you know, who are maybe using IB or cast iron or cloud integration on Bluemix, there's a lot of technical content there, a lot of those deep dives there that will help with that. For those sorts of users,
Right.
But also if you're just interested in cool technology, we've got a whole section of the conference called DevAt this time around. There's going to be 2 days worth of education content, allow you to play with cool new technology, to do just play with things, to hack things about, and to find out, you know, meet with other users and get a lot of value that way. That's running on 2 days at the conference. It's a specific area. If you only want to go along to that particular area of the conference, then that's actually available at a reduced conference fee as well.
Oh, nice work.
Yeah, that's good. And we've got specific speakers lined up there to talk about developer focused things. So it should be a good week for that. For all developers.
That sounds phenomenal.
Or if you're just, you know, developer curious, right?
Yeah, no, that sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, a quick refresh. You see any of this?
Yeah, I'm getting a few in there.
Okay.
Okay, we've got a few.
Oh, yeah. Are these hangouts going to happen again?
I certainly hope so, unless we don't swear too much on this one.
Unless we're told explicitly by you to stop doing them, we would love to do some more.
Absolutely. Yeah. Okay. What else we got here? Oh, Keith. Hello, Keith.
Hello,
Keith.
Keith,
good to see you. All right, will the Wi-Fi work between sites? I know what you're asking for there. Whether that will, I'm not in. You know, I'm putting together the track thing, so I don't know, about any of the Wi-Fi logistics there. But I don't know what that means. I'm sure there will be Wi-Fi access at the sites just to allow you to keep your hand in between the sessions, so you can be live tweeting everything. I'm sure, Keith. Absolutely.
Have a drink for me, Keith, while you're there.
I'm sure he'll have one or two.
I'm sure he will.
Right, okay.
Okay, so we've got quite a few. All right, so coming to customer testimonials at IBM Interconnect, fair enough. Last year, yeah, okay, cool. Thanks for everything. Okay, yeah.
Good.
Yeah, fair enough.
Now, obviously, we continue to look at the hashtag there. So, just if you get any more questions, this is going to be, the toothpaste out the tube, right? We'll put this on YouTube. So keep tweeting those questions in, and we'll get back. Either message us personally on our account, say we've got them there, or just use the hashtag IBM integration. We can get those. Don't expect an immediate response when in Vegas. But you're not going. You can be online all the time. You'll be there in your
Twitter feeds.
You'll be outposting Doncaster, I'm sure.
So you're at MQMatt?
Yep, that's right.
Yeah, and I'm at Johnny Matt with a little 0 on it as well, rather than the O. So feel free to tweet us. Matt, is there a takeaway? If you take nothing else away from this hangout, what should you take away from it?
Well, hopefully you should have got the point is there's a huge amount of content here. I've tried to put together a quick curriculum that covers the broad range of topics. Whether you're a new user to integration, we're covering things like data power there, right? And that's part of our SOA and gateways and APIs track as well. So I've not spoken about data power in this session, but of course there'll be a lot of that content covered as well. Sure. And all other IBM stuff, there'll be a lot of things there. So there is a lot of sessions going on. Say 1,500 odd sessions. We're expecting a large number of attendees. Have a look through the website. Have a look through the IBM Interconnect website. Just have a Google for it and look through the session planning tools. See if there are sessions that you want. If you just want to meet with some of our developers, our development teams, our execs, our product management, we'll all be there. Spending the week talking with our users. That's part of the thing, and hopefully we'll see you there. And so it's running the 22nd to the 26th of February. So it's just a few weeks away now. Hopefully, if you haven't got your business justification in already, then do that right now. The flight cost will be increasing as we speak. So don't hold off too much. But hope to see as many of you there as possible, and it should be a good week.
That sounds
Always
awesome, buddy. Thank you so very much. Matt, thank you for coming and doing this with us. It's been an absolute joy to talk to you again.
Pleasure as always.
And guys, thank you so much for tuning in and listening. And if you don't see us now, we'll see you soon on YouTube. Take care. Thank you very much indeed. Bye-bye.
Bye.